Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Jurnee Taylor here with meteorologist Tracy Bean. And Tracy, we have finally made it to the weekend. We had a little bit of 2024, a little bit of 2025, but it is finally the weekend. What can we expect?
Well, I think everyone's unsure even what day it is, but
Yes.
It is Friday. That's good news for us all. Maybe you've got this last day of your vacation and, of course, the kids' school break. It's been a beautiful day. We are at 52 degrees in central Arkansas, still seeing those 30s here and there up to the north and pushing 60 to the south. Today, hour by hour, still looking very nice. We've got a light northeasterly breeze and going to shift this evening more easterly and staying light, but those skies will remain fairly clear. For the next 3 days, not much of a change today. Now tomorrow, we're going to start to see those clouds roll in, looking for a high of 45. When you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be at or below freezing. And on Sunday, I've kind of joked that we've got about 3 different seasons happening Sunday. We're starting out a little bit warmer, and we're going to see some thunderstorms, looking for a high of 62. We're going to see some winds, and some of those storms could be a bit strong at times. But as those storms move out, we've got cold weather coming in, and we've got some very frigid temperatures to talk about in my forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Tracy, thank you. One early test for the new Republican-led Congress today as the House convenes to vote for a speaker. Mike Johnson is looking to keep that job and has the president-elect's firm support. Nydia Chavazos has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Louisiana Republican Mike Johnson arrived at the Capitol with a message for holdouts.
This election is not just about one person, it's about moving forward with the America First agenda.
Johnson has been working to sway hardliners in the House Freedom Caucus before today's vote.
I'm undecided.
But as of yesterday, some in his own party were still on the fence.
A lot of things we agree, but I just want to ensure that we convince the people that we can deliver the agenda.
Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massey is a no, and another congressman is exploring a third option. Johnson can only afford 1 or 2 defections.
So when we have a super thin majority, it's really tough to get a speaker elected, as we saw last Congress.
It took 15 contentious rounds for former Speaker Kevin McCarthy to get elected in 2023, only to lose the job 9 months later. Without a speaker, no legislative business can take place, including the certification of Donald Trump's election victory next week. The president-elect has voiced strong support for Johnson, with an eye on avoiding party infighting before he takes office.
He's a good man. He's a wonderful person, and that's what you need.
The stakes are high this year as the president-elect promises to deliver big on a 100-day agenda. Nydia Chavazos, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, although it is still winter, the spring semester starts back up next week for thousands of students. However, staff and students within the Pulaski County Special School District will return without their leader of 6 years. The board voted 6-1 Thursday night to release Superintendent Dr. Charles McNulty from his contract effective immediately. The board still has not explicitly announced the reasoning of releasing Dr. McNulty, but THV 11 was handed an 11-page separation agreement that outlines the contract's termination and process that McNulty's choice was to resign. After several executive sessions, the board came out of a final session and named Dr. Jerry Guess as the interim superintendent. Guess is a former superintendent for PCSSD, but was fired by the board in 2017.
It directs me to get with him to come up with a 6-month interim contract that we will bring to the board as soon as we have that contract available. And it also directs me to contact search firms to engage in a superintendent search.
I appreciate the opportunity. So we're going to have a busy 6 months.
Dr. McNulty did release a statement saying, quote, "I'd like to thank PCSSD for allowing me the time to serve as superintendent. I am so proud of the achievements our students and professional staff have accomplished over the last 6.5 years." End quote. McNulty currently is paid $245,000 a year. He will be paid out the rest of his contract that ends in June. Now for Guess, he is expected to start in that interim role on Monday as the search for a new superintendent begins.
So far in the first 48 hours across this country, when we've seen a spike in senseless violent acts occurring across our nation, and Little Rock has seen that as well.
Little Rock Police Chief Heath Hilton giving an update on 2 separate killings and a deadly shooting on New Year's Day. The first coming just 35 minutes into 2025, a deadly shooting in West Little Rock. There, police say they found a juvenile male dead with 2 other victims sent to the hospital. Then Wednesday night, a chaotic and deadly scene over several blocks of South State Street. Officers found a car crashed into a home and a woman inside stabbed to death. A few doors down, another woman stabbed and rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. And then about half a mile down South Broadway, police spotted a man holding a knife. They say he refused to listen to officers.
The officers continued to approach the officers, ignored all the commands, lawful orders that they were giving him to drop the knife, cease moving towards them. As a result of that individual's actions, it ultimately resulted in the officers having to deploy deadly force.
There's no ID yet for any of the people stabbed in either crime scene. The officers who shot the man with the knife on Broadway are now on administrative leave. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies are expressing concern about possible copycat attacks in the wake of the deadly New Year's Day vehicle ramming in New Orleans that killed 14 people and wounded dozens of others. Omar Villafranca has the latest from New Orleans.
In the wake of Wednesday's deadly truck ramming on Bourbon Street, the FBI and other agencies issued an intelligence bulletin overnight warning of possible copycat attacks, writing, "This tactic is likely to remain attractive for aspiring attackers given vehicles' ease of acquisition and the low skill threshold necessary to conduct an attack."
This was an act of terrorism.
According to federal investigators, Shamsuddin Jabbar posted 5 videos to social media in the hours before the murders, including one claiming that the 42-year-old Army veteran from Texas had joined ISIS prior to the summer.
I'm devastated, honestly. I'm shocked.
Jabbar's younger brother, Abdur Rahim, who requested that we hide his face, says he noticed his brother becoming more outwardly religious, but said he saw nothing to suggest Jabbar was being radicalized.
I think he took a step away from the religion at some point in his life, and then he came back into it.
In New Orleans Friday, a memorial pays tribute to the victims.
She liked to help other people.
Martha Patricia Perez's daughter, Nicole Perez, managed Kimmy's Deli just outside New Orleans and was a loving mother to her 4-year-old son.
She had a lot of dreams. She had a lot of dreams. She can't do it now. She's gone.
Also among the killed, 18-year-old Nakira Cheyenne Dido, who dreamed of becoming a nurse, and another 18-year-old, Kareem Badawi, an engineering student at the University of Alabama. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, New Orleans.
Right now, more details surrounding the new 3,000-bed prison coming to Franklin County. State senators representing the county are now calling for the Senate President, Bart Hester, to hold a meeting addressing new details emerging over how much it will cost to build. Lawmakers have already set aside $470 million for the project, but documents uncovered by opponents of the prison say one design will cost $1.2 billion. Hester is resisting those calls to investigate, saying there's no rush with a new legislative session set to start in a couple of weeks.
Members have jobs and families and things they got to wrap up and tie up. We've committed to give members a few weeks off before we start full time.
You get in a session, then they're going to control the narrative. They're going to try to continue and deflect as they're doing. I mean, we're the state senators that represent that county. The people have questions.
That last voice you heard is Senator Brian King. He also wants to hear from Joe Porfiry, the former prison secretary and now special advisor to Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. He's hoping to meet next week with the session starting January 13th. Plus, the 82nd Golden Globes Awards are just days away. We're getting a preview of what you can expect in the final preparations for the show.
And we've had a beautiful Friday, looking for those temperatures to start to take a plunge. Stay with me, we're going to talk about that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.